they found this tribe in this very remote area of South America, and this tribe had never seen modern civilization ever. And this tribe had been there for thousands of years in the deepest jungle. The scientists going out in the jungle were looking for plants to be able to use in the modern pharmaceutical industry. You know, different kind of plants they could use for research for, you know, Alzheimer's and cancer and things like that, and AIDS and things like that. So they came across this tribe, and they were very curious because not only were they completely remote and they hadn't seen modern man, but they revered and they honoured as a deity a chameleon that lived in the jungle. And adults, both men and women, both had tattoos of this creature on the naked bodies. But also, close observation, there was also one of these creatures permanently as like a companion on the shoulder and the neck. And the natives seemed not only unaware that these creatures had like a symbiotic relationship with them, almost like a parasitic relationship, but also they were amazed that the local natives were happy about it and felt they were closer to their deity god because of this creature had this close relationship with them. And now after like a lengthy process of trying to communicate with these people, which is a language out of interest, they discovered that this chameleon had very unusual properties. The small chameleon fed on blood, but it had a symbiotic relationship with creatures in the jungle. It used to attach itself to like other mammals such as monkeys and things like that. And part of the relationship is the chameleon itself used to release a substance into the bloodstream of the creature that, it was basically high in a state of permanent satisfaction and spiritual awareness. So creatures of the jungle, including the natives, didn't mind this chameleon being stuck to the neck or the shoulders. And in fact it was encouraged at a certain coming of age, both boys and girls would go in the jungle and find a chameleon to become a part of, is to join with this. And they had like a part of the religious beliefs encompassed, the chameleon, the life. And that was seen in paintings and drawings and in various craftwork that they have in the village, but also in, like I said before, tattoos over the bodies of adult tribespeople. So the scientists, very intrigued by this, or out of interest, there was the population of the village had a very advanced elderly population, and the relationship with the chameleon seemed to extend life, and there was no crime, there was no violence. They were a very content society. So obviously a number of living specimens of these chameleons were taken away and analysed in a lab. Because they were on a pharmaceutical research program, finding out what the drug that the chameleon secreted in the bloodstream was obviously an absolute find. Now what they've done is they isolated the hormone or the protein in which the chameleon was releasing in the bloodstream of mammals to create this sort of like ecstatic, permanent, peaceful state in a non-disease state, because obviously as a side benefit the immune systems of the host was enhanced and increased. So obviously they were accused for Alzheimer's, AIDS, HIV and things like that. Now, they have done medical trials on humans, and what they found was very, very surprising results. When attached to long-term drug addiction, violent criminals, criminally insane, all sorts of things, in which you can link a mental disorder with unsociable and destructive, self-destructive behaviour. Within about a month, almost a complete cure was achieved. Now this creates a very interesting situation, as now there is a cure for long-term alcoholics, absolute incurable drug addicts, and part of the process does not involve a lengthy period of rehab and detox and pain. Quoted as the vampire chameleon, all that's required is the host looks after the creature, just as a way of a pet. Now, this is obviously being kept a great secret from the general public, and it is a form of a conspiracy. Okay, now the reason why you've heard nothing about this is simply this is being held. You know, the governments are making huge amounts of money from not only pharmaceutical sales, but also from the sales of illegal drugs. So obviously it's in everybody's best interest for the phenomenon of the vampire chameleon to be kept a secret.